everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Haley. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm excited to have you guys here for this little sit down chatty video. I was looking through my old videos over the weekend and saw my pack my hospital bag video, and it kind of made me laugh because if I could just go back and tell past Haley what she should actually pack in her hospital bag, I would in a heartbeat. And I thought if I could share how I would do my hospital bag differently so that other people could learn from my mistakes, I definitely want to do that. So I thought it'd be fun today to kind of go over what I wish I had in my hospital bag, what I didn't really need, and what I loved. So that's what today's video is going to be about. So let's go ahead and jump in quick while my girls are napping. I gave birth in December, so I feel like I have enough distance between now and when I gave birth to be a little bit more objective about what was on my list. So I've kind of broken it into three parts in my mind, like what I loved, what I needed, and what I didn't really need. So let's start with the things that I loved first. The first thing that comes to mind, and the thing that probably inspired this entire video, is the high-waisted black underwear that I got on Amazon. I had seen in other people's C-section videos that they recommended having high-waisted underwear because traditionally cut underwear hits almost exactly right where your C-section scar is going to be, which not comfortable at all. So a lot of people were suggesting high-waisted underwear. When I tell you guys I am obsessed, that's an understatement. Is there a word that means more than just obsessed? Because when I got home from the hospital, I actually ordered more of this underwear because now it's my favorite underwear. It's seamless, so I can wear it under everything and you can't tell. It's so high-waisted, it literally goes to my belly button, which is super duper comfortable for just smoothing out my tummy and making me feel a little bit more secure after my surgery. Because it's so silky soft, does not catch on your scar at all. Best underwear ever. And even if you're giving birth vaginally, I would still recommend this underwear because you bleed so much after birth and they give you these huge pads in the hospital to wear. You need underwear that can hold a pad that big comfortably, and I think that this underwear does. So I'm gonna link it down below. I love it that much. The other thing that I packed that I really liked was my button-up pajamas. I have the ones from Target. I'm sure you know exactly which ones I'm talking about. I have 2 or 3 pairs of the button-up top and shorts, and that's what I packed. So comfortable and soft. But also, if you're breastfeeding or pumping, being able to just unbutton your top and not having to mess with, you know, a top that you have to pull over your head, so nice. So nice. You could keep a little bit of modesty if you wanted to. You can stay a little warm because you aren't totally taking off your shirt. So nice. Those pajama sets from Target, 10 out of 10, recommend those. Speaking of being warm and cozy in the hospital, I also brought a blanket from home, and I'm so glad that I did because not only did it keep me warm and cozy and all of that when I was sitting in my hospital bed, it was also a little piece of home, and that was very, very comforting. I cannot stress how nice it is to have those little homey touches when you're in your hospital room. Granted, I was in the hospital a lot longer than the average person after their birth, so little homey touches like that were really important to me, but I still recommend it because the blankets that they give you in the hospital, even if you're only going to be there for a night, are paper thin. You need something a little bit cozier. If you are, you know, unsure about bodily fluids and hospital germs, maybe just buy a cheap blanket at like Home Goods or Target or something like that and bring that. Honestly, I didn't really mind too much. I just washed a blanket when I got home and I didn't really care, but just having just a little bit of home was so nice, and I'm glad that I grabbed that right before we walked out the door because I almost didn't bring it. The last thing on my things that I loved portion is Aquaphor. I totally suggest bringing Aquaphor, Vaseline, any type of chapstick or anything like that because hospital air is so dry. I expected it to be cold and it actually wasn't as bad as I thought, but the dryness in the air, my skin was unbelievably dry, my lips were so chapped. Even if I was guzzling water, That did not seem to help. I needed that extra Aquaphor. I had one next to me or on my person at all times. I would just carry the little tube around with me when I would go down to the NICU. When I was in the room, I always had it within reach. I totally recommend bringing something like that because the hospital air will dry you out like no other. So now kind of thinking about the things that I packed and then ended up not needing. Luckily, there's only a handful of things, which is surprising because I am a horrible overpacker. I don't know if any of you guys are the same, but I'm the type, like when I go on vacation, if I'm gonna be there for 4 days, I'm gonna pack 8 days worth of outfits, you know? So I expected that there would be some things that I ended up not using in my hospital bag, and I'm actually surprised that the list is so short, but I'll share them here. So the first one was nursing bras. I totally recommend bringing some type of bra, but don't be like me and actually think longer about what your feeding journey is going to look like, because I purchased nursing bras when really I should have purchased pumping bras, and those may not seem that different, but they actually are just different enough that it's annoying. So I bought nursing bras. Well, I knew that I wasn't going to be breastfeeding and that I was going to be exclusively pumping. Well, those nursing bras don't work when you're pumping. At least you have access, but then you have to hold the pumping gear, which, you know, isn't ideal because you have to do it for 15 minutes and it's like, okay, now I'm just sitting here and I don't really know what to do. Luckily, one of my night nurses noticed the type of bra I was wearing, and she said that she had a hack on how to like hook it a different way to get it to hold the pump for you, which was super nice. But when I got home, I just went to Amazon and I ordered pumping bras, and that was 10 times better. So before you make a purchase, kind of think about what your feeding journey is going to be, whether you want to nurse or pump or neither, you know, just think about what type of bra you want to wear and purchase that one. Because if I would have thought about it for more than 10 seconds, I would have bought pumping bras and not nursing bras. Next was my water bottle, and this might be a little bit surprising to people who haven't had a hospital stay before or haven't given birth in a hospital before, but they actually provide you with a water bottle typically. At least my hospital did, and everybody that I've known has had this water bottle. People who have been pregnant and had babies before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's this big plastic mug almost. It has a handle and a really long straw, and it is awesome. I brought my water bottle, and I even made a point of like filling it up before we left, but it's so heavy. My water bottle, it's like thick and insulated, which is nice, keeps your ice cold, but it makes it really heavy. And you know, after I gave birth, I was pretty weak and I had a lot of complications afterwards too, and it just made it hard to grip the water bottle and hold it and lift it and that sort of thing. So this plastic one with the handle and the really long straw was awesome, because then I really only had to like tip it towards myself, or it wasn't as heavy to lift. Just overall, it's so much better. It's an amazing water bottle. I'm kind of sad it got lost somewhere in my move from Missouri to Minnesota. My cats also broke it. It's taped on the side to try and plug the hole because it was filled with ice, and they knocked it over and it cracked. And I think I have it kind of fixed. But again, I lost it somewhere on our move. So hopefully when we move again, I'll find it again. But it's an amazing water bottle that they give you in the hospital. So I ended up not even drinking from my own water bottles. The last thing that I ended up not really needing was my slippers. I actually went to Target and bought slippers specifically for the hospital, but the kind that I bought, they had like a fur lining, so when I tried to wear them, my feet were slipping on the inside of them, and they just did not feel safe to walk in, since walking after a C-section the first couple times, it's like you're a baby again learning to walk. It's really uncomfortable and hard to do, and I just did not feel secure in the slippers that I bought. I totally recommend buying something that either has a strap around your heel or is just like a normal shoe and goes all the way around your foot. because I just did not feel safe and secure in my slippers. Luckily, I brought Crocs, and those were amazing. They're easy to slip on and off. They don't slip because they're rubbery, so I just felt a lot safer wearing my Crocs in the hospital than I did my slippers. So if you aren't a slipper person, do not feel like you need to go out and buy some. Just wear your normal shoes or get something like Crocs, or just something that kind of has a little grip on the bottom that you can easily slide your feet in and out of. That doesn't necessarily have to be slippers. I don't even know why I went out and bought slippers, because I don't wear slippers at home. That should have been my first hint that I didn't need them. Last here is I will talk about the things that I needed and ended up forgetting to pack. So like I mentioned before, I did stay in the hospital a lot longer than the average person giving birth, so maybe these things wouldn't be totally necessary for everybody. But then again, some of these things are super useful to have if you're going to be spending overnight anywhere. So learn from my mistakes and do not forget these things. First is a hairbrush and ponytails. I totally forgot to pack my hairbrush, and I didn't have a single hair tie. So by the third day that I was there, my hair felt like a knotted mess in the back from when I was laying against the pillow. So that was super uncomfortable. I actually had to go have my mom pick me up a hairbrush and hair ties from Walmart, and I just sat there and like painstakingly brushed through my hair for like 5 minutes trying to get all the knots out. And ponytails, I don't know how I forgot, because I'm the type of person that typically always has at least one on my wrist or in my pocket, so how I managed to not pack a single one is actually kind of amazing. After that, I was able to brush my hair every morning and then just braid it so it was totally out of the way, and after that I had a much better experience. Relating to hair, I also didn't bring shampoo, conditioner, or body wash. Luckily, my husband actually had leftover travel stuff in his overnight toiletry bag, so bless my husband, I was able to use his. But if he hadn't had those, I would have had to use like the random stuff that the hospital has. And just having little things, I think I mentioned this when I was talking about the blanket, but having little things that remind you of home is very comforting. So it was nice to use shampoo and conditioner that smelled familiar and wasn't like the basic chemical-y stuff that the hospital has. So if you know that you're going to take a shower at the hospital, bring your own shampoo, conditioner, body wash, towels, you know, anything like that. I did manage to bring a towel somehow, and that was really nice because the towels that they give you in the hospital are like this big and so scratchy. So having my own fluffy towel was nice. It just would have also been nice if I would have brought nice body wash and nice shampoo and conditioner. This one is along the same lines again as the blanket, but having your own pillow. And like I said with the blanket, if having your own home pillow grosses you out, either put on a different pillowcase or just buy a different pillow somewhere that's like cheaper than your home one. But I didn't realize, I had never stayed in a hospital before, but the pillows in a hospital, they're about this thick and they are plastic and they have no stuffing. I was sleeping horribly for a few nights, and I just chalked it up to, I'm in a hospital bed, I'm not home, you know, I just had surgery, and that's definitely part of it. But I also was just having no support from the pillows when I was trying to sleep, and Dan didn't bring a pillow either. And finally, I think it was like by the third day, he was like, I'm sick of this, I'm going home and getting our pillows. And so he did. He checked on our cats, got our pillows, brought them back, and that first night with my own pillow, I slept hard. I slept really, really well, and the pillow made all the difference. So just a reminder, those pillows are literally like this thick and they stink. So bring a pillow from home, whether that's the pillow you sleep with every night or just something that you buy at Target, Marshall's, you know, whatever. It doesn't have to be nice, but almost anything is nicer than the pillows that they provide at the hospital. So just bring your own. Whew, if the lighting and the positioning looks different, had to step away. Girls woke up from their nap, but kind of perfect timing. I'll wrap up this video. So those are the things that if I could redo my hospital bag, those are the things that I would keep, the things that I would leave out, and the things that I really wish I would have had. So thank you guys so much for watching this video and hanging out with me today. I hope that you learned a little bit, and if you're packing your hospital bag, I hope that you learn from my mistakes and that you love and utilize everything that you pack in your own bag. As always, if you have any questions or videos that you would like to see, just drop them in the comments below. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time. Bye!